Oh, jeez. Oh, okay, so it's on. Oh, this is unsettling. Okay, so let me get comfortable here real quick. Okay, so the reason this is here is because I spent, what was it, like $30 on this editing software, and you know I better damn well use it. So here I am using it. Okay, I guess I should explain. So I'm designing. I was grabbing reference to create like the backgrounds and the GUI for the game I've been working on, and I use the word game very loosely because it is not a game. not yet. It's more like a choose your own adventure with some RPG elements put in. But you know, I enjoy it. I enjoy what it represents to me, and I like making things. So a game is something I can add to that list now. But I guess I should start explaining. So these are the background sketches, the preliminary thumbnail sketches for a game that I am producing called Automatus. And you know, it is nowhere near completion yet, but as of now, I'm just psyched that I was able to draw backgrounds today, because it's been a long time since I've gotten to work on it. And, you know, I finished coding my program for today, got ahead on my homework, and I thought, you know what? You deserve something nice, so you're going to sit back at 3 in the morning. 3 in the morning and just draw for an hour, and then you're gonna record something over it, and that'll be a good idea because I'm an idiot. But I'm still happy. I did get all of the backgrounds I have sketched for now. There are probably more that I'm forgetting, but as of now, I'm happy. Specifically because I hate drawing backgrounds, so the fact that I was able to motivate myself to do it at all is just a miracle. Absolute miracle. It's really peaceful at night at like 4 in the morning. It's 4 in the morning right now. Yeah, like no one's up. You know, everything's dark, kind of cool. Like it's a nice time. Okay, so I guess I should explain. So I went in with absolutely no idea what the heck I was doing, because I don't do backgrounds like ever. But, you know, this place needed backgrounds, and specifically, I wanted to tell a good story with my backgrounds. At least have, like, basic graphic design. The backgrounds shouldn't be overly saturated, especially since color is a huge thing in the game. Why am I talking like you already know this? Color is a huge thing in the game. Like, saturation values, it's something I tried to pay a lot of attention to when I created the characters, so that each character has a very specific palette. And as a result, I wanted to create backgrounds I wanted them to have a good atmosphere, but at the same time I didn't want them to take away from the characters, since the characters are going to be standing in front of it and talking. I pulled up some reference images off Pinterest that you can see in that upper left corner. I also wanted to work on the GUI, but I was watching like oh gosh, I forgot his name. He does like a set of videos on a good video game GUI, and he's just amazing, and I completely forgot his name. Oh gosh, I'm terrible. But he was talking about diegetic GUI, which is essentially when the GUI, the user interface, is part of the story, you know. He cited like Nier Automata for something like that, where you see like health bars and everything, and you know, obviously to a player, you know, that's normal. It's a video game. But in the universe, it also made sense because oh my gosh. So yeah, diegetic GUI. And I thought, oh, that works really well with my game, with what I'm trying to do with it. So I thought, let me just find a way to work that in, and to do that, I wanted to get the backgrounds done first. And I guess I should go in for how I'm doing backgrounds. I don't have a lot to say. I can't help you if you all learn how to draw backgrounds, but I can tell you what I did. A huge thing with backgrounds, I think, is perspective. I think it's really boring when the perspective is just straight on. I mean, that's what you'd expect, right? Like, if you draw a background, just draw it straight on, like you're standing in it. But I think it's really cool when you have perspective because it's just more interesting. And what I usually do, what I picked up experimenting with this, is you pick one color and then you kind of center all of your other colors around it. It's basic color theory. You contrast things for minor details, darker shades, lighter shades, etc., etc. And you're able to create a really cohesive palette. And luckily, in all of my there's a stribbit. In all of my randomness, I was able to come up with a basic color palette for the school, for at least certain rooms, like the main rooms, which would be like cream, browns, cream, browns. I don't know why I'm checking the comments here. I guess I got bored. Like, I don't want to do this. Creams, browns, and reds. So I did that, and I had a good time. And then for different areas that were located, say, in the bathroom or the theater, or areas that were more specialized, I tried to pick a different color. And it started becoming fun. I usually hate backgrounds, but it started to become fun, especially when I started adding in little details, like this is the roof, and I put in like the kid's blanket and some books and stuff. You know, like, yeah, he likes to camp out here, ditch school. I guess so I was listening to a podcast. That's probably the reason why I started making my own. But this is meant to monitor my progress, I guess, and also to make use of this editing program that I probably shouldn't have bought. But you know. So we got the theater, and this right here is back of the theater. Yeah, fun time. So you see, it's like, ordinarily the school is beige, red, it's kind of cheery, which is funny because the exterior is inspired by like Greek Athens, and it looks super modern. So I don't know if I'm gonna keep the exterior, but I'm keeping the backgrounds. I like the backgrounds. Probably because my standards are so low. Yeah, we have the theater, we have some curtains. Oh, jeez. Yeah, so I pretty much explained my process. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say. I can tell you about the podcast I was listening to. That was fun. I love listening to people while I draw. And I love listening to artists while I draw, even though that kind of doesn't make sense because I can't watch them draw while I'm drawing. But generally, you know, I like the things they talk about. They're usually pretty chill, and I guess it's like, oh, maybe someone will appreciate my stupid rambling too. Get some use out of this stupid program. I really got lazy towards the end there. Super lazy. And we are at the halfway minute mark. And that was only the drawing section. The rest of this is just formatting. So for this game, I am creating it using a framework in Ren'Py, which is, I forgot the creator, but, you know, among dating simulator and visual novel games, it's a very popular framework. And it is coded primarily with Python. No, it is Python, essentially. It's a modified version of Python. Which was fun, because I've never coded in Python before, and, you know, when I started the game, I'd barely coded at all, so this was a huge learning experience. It was a lot of fun. So right here, what I'm doing is, I'm taking each of those thumbnails, and I'm resizing them and saving them as images in the game's image folder, so that I can call upon them in the script. So, you know, I'll have my text going on, and then I'll say show BG background, and then whatever sort of identifier I've assigned to it. Most people use names like show library or show hall. I don't want to do that. So I use something akin to hex numbers, not hex, like kind of like hex codes. I don't use hex codes, but it's similar in the sense that they're coded numbers and letters that don't really make sense to anyone but myself. And that sounds horribly inefficient, but my plan is to just keep the file directory open, and then whenever I need to add in an image, I just reference, and it's like, okay, I just need to put in show room B12 or something. It'll show room B12. I don't have to make like 50 million different tags to code it in. Also, I should mention the reason I don't want to do that. I coded in an algorithm that will take the strings from an array of words that I've put in there. So it'll take in all of the strings. And I do the same thing for like modifiers. I have different tags here. And it'll automatically import any images that it finds in its directory that have names like that. So I can have a lot of different combinations. And I barely have to do any typing if I keep the names as they are, which is why I'm using like, okay. Oh, we're done. Not bad. So, this was nice. This was, is it starting again? Well, this was relaxing, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much I was supposed to slow this down, or if there was anything of merit here. But I tried something new today, and now I've got something to show for it. So, later.